Alright guys, welcome back to another video. We are here working on the old trusty black sheep. So I'm going to start this video off with a little bit of sadness. Not the positive vibe I really want to start the video with, but unfortunately we are not going to be able to make it to LS Fest this year. We were all signed up, we were ready to go, we were entered in the race, and logistically it's just not going to happen. As you guys know, with this big hurricane that hit Louisiana and Texas and all down there, the storm was quite devastating. We have guys down there working. Chris and Logan and a bunch of our crew that normally go to the track with us are down there. So it's literally just me and Ben here. If you guys saw when we were down in Darlington, it was me, Ben, and Brad and Brett. Generally, it's me, Logan, Chris, and Ben are like the core crew that we run the car. Really, me, Logan, and Ben can go pretty much anywhere and run the car. But those guys are down there. They have the toter. They're supposed to be back this week on Wednesday, which is when you guys will be seeing this video, it'll be like live. But right now it's Tuesday night, so they have to stay longer down there, which good. I mean, they're helping provide power and helping everyone in that area recover. But unfortunately, they're not going to be back. So not going to have our normal crew, not going to have our toter. It's a 9.5 hour drive to Kentucky with a 16,000 pound stacker trailer. And then run it short staff with just me and Ben. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make it to LS Fest. But we are working on the car, and that's what we are doing here. Let me sneak in here, Ben. We're going to talk to you guys about some bar angle, and it's a pretty popular topic. Everyone likes to keep their bar angles pretty secretive, and we are going to show you our bars. So as you guys can see right here, we have our upper bar and our lower bar. We got a wishbone. This is just like your standard equal length 4-link. I wouldn't say equal length. This is just like this is what the salted chickens get. And most race cars have this. This is not a stock style rear suspension. It's a back half car. So you do have a 4-link. So you got 4 adjustable bars, and you can adjust your bite, your anti-squat value, your instant center. There's a bunch of different factors that you can adjust, and that's what we're doing today. So right now we got the rear end hanging. We need to undo the anti-roll bar, and we are going to undo this bar right here, and we are going to drop it down a hole. So we're going to take some anti-squat out of it. So when let me get a light in here so you guys can see. All right, much better. Don't mind Ben ravaging for tools in the background. Alright, so let's talk about 4-link a little bit, and let's talk about how it works. A real basic rundown of what we have here. So, as you can see, wider spread at the back, narrow at the front with some pretty good uphill on this bottom bar. When you release the button, this rear end wants to drive underneath the car. By having the bar set up like this, it makes the rear end separate. So everyone thinks like as a car would leave, it transfer weight back and the car would literally sit back. Well, when you have the bars like this, it literally does the opposite. As you apply power, it makes the ass of the car stand up. And you could have too much of that, and that's what we have had. Not that there's really, every car is different, so you can have too much or you can have too little. Everyone has their preference. Everyone likes to run different values for the anti-squat. Everyone has a different bar angle, and some people keep this super secretive, but honestly, like, we're not hiding any secrets. The way I see it is every car is different, so every car is going to need a different bar angle. Some cars might like more bite, some cars might like less. For us, we've been running, when we built the car, we were going to run US Street Nationals. We were testing down in Orlando. We were running lights out. We were running all these really good tracks, and we were able to get away with running a ton of bite, which is a ton of anti-squat, which is making this car separate real hard. We tighten up the shocks, which as you guys can see back here, you can see how nice and big and extended they are. That's how they are going down track, and the tighter you make them, it makes it harder for this thing to separate. We weren't leaving with a ton of power, but we were leaving with some pretty good power. We were going 104 in the 60 foot. We were topping out the shock at like 1 second into the run, and everything was going good. We got this new motor from Kevin Mullins, TCAM Performance, and I mean, it's just an absolute monster. We're topping the shock out way early on the same adjustments, and we were just beating the hell out of the rear end. Having this so narrow, it was separating so fast that a combination of a little bit more power and this aggressive bar angle, it wasn't really working. We tried to just tighten up the shock more, but honestly, there's a million ways to skin a cat, and lately we have been running super sticky tracks, so we're going to drop this down, and we're going to take some anti-squat out of it, and we're going to run the shock a little bit looser. So we can do the same thing. So I'm just going to give you some values here. We drop the anti-squat from, like, let's say 150 to 120, right? And we go from running 6 from full tight to running 20 from full tight, and it might separate the exact same rate. But we have a little bit more tunability. We're not running the shock so tight. So the plan is to take a little bit of anti-squat out of it, have it separate a little bit further down track opposed to knock the tires off, and then we should be all happy. So when you guys see the videos where we go and knock the tires off and I just make it like, oh, we got too much power. No, we really don't just have too much power, but we don't have the right chassis setup. Something's not agreeing with it. Some tracks, there are horsepower limits. Like Galat on a Thursday night, there is a horsepower limit. You can only put so much horsepower down on the surface before you just spin the tires, no matter what chassis you got. But our goal, my goal really, is I want to be able to get down every track. I don't want to be out there knocking the tires off as frequently as we do. I want to be a little more consistent and really just have an opportunity to cut a good light and go down track, because you're never going to win a race knocking the tires off. For how competitive everything is right now, if you knock the tires off, you're done. I mean, you're dead man walking. So you can't knock the tires off, and I think if we were running lights out, if we were running US Street Nationals right now, I mean, I think the car would work fine. You're able to apply so much power down to the track that it is able to take it, and it is able to get the front end up. But right now, the rear end was just separating so hard, it wasn't giving the front end the opportunity to get up and get the weight back. So Jason said, and we knew this for a while ago, where it was separating quite hard, but it was working fine, so we weren't going to mess with it. So that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to remove this bolt. We're going to shorten this up to match this bolt hole, and should keep everything the same, just lower that anti-squat value. Ben, it bumps the instant center forward, doesn't it?
What?
Moving that bar down.
Yeah.
It gives us a longer instant center, yeah. Which I think, I don't know, I'm not going to get into values, but I mean, everyone, if you guys have a protractor at home, you can look at this and protract off your screen and try to calculate our instant center and all that stuff.
Longer makes it easier to pick the front end up.
We want a little, we want a little bit more wheelie action. That's what everyone wants to see, right? Make sure you don't know. You ready?
Yep.
Is it out?
Yep. Now, this guy.
Has it got a bunch of load on it?
I don't know. I don't feel like it does.
You do?
I don't feel like it does, no. Because when I mean, it was, this is like quarter turn, and it's like loose.
Here, look, this thing.
Yeah.
Hold on, I lost where our scribes
So we
are.
started right here.
Yep. Oh, that's pissed. Hold on. Right
If
there.
you want to go ahead and do a full turn so you can get the bolt out.
Alright, hold on. Let's put, hold on, right here.
Okay.
And then let's go back to where it is right there.
Alright.
That should be it, huh?
Yep.
So 3 and then 2 flats.
Yeah. Back. Yeah. So it's really like 1 7/8 or something like that.
You ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Ready? So now our lines don't mean anything now, huh?
Now we can brake clean them and start over.
Oh wait, hold on. The rear one lined up perfect. What are the odds? Oh, dude. Oh no. The rear one lined up. Alright, so we still got a little bit of rear steer in that.
Well, once you do to one side, you do to the other.
Alright, so there was that bar change. So that lowered our instant center.
Yeah, and
it moved it forward.
Made it longer, yeah.
Yeah, lower and longer. So really, if your instant center is higher, right? So like for instance, if we move that top bar up, that would drop our anti-squat and move our instant center forward and higher.
Yeah.
Or you could have done it by bringing the bottom bar up.
Yeah.
In the back, and that would have.
It just wouldn't have been as much.
It wouldn't have been as much. Yeah, you're right. Huh. This 4-link stuff is nifty, huh? So in theory, this one, right, should come out good because it doesn't have the rear steer in it, the preload, right? Maybe.
Yeah, it should be pretty close.
Ready?
Yep.
Look at that one. Right out. So we're going to go. There's one. And there's two. I think I gotta go back some.
Yep, that would be correct. Too flat. Or there you go. And just take your hammer or your other hammer.
So that right there is a little bit of preload. That right there.
Neutral.
That right there is neutral. You want to put it right there?
Yep.
Alright.
That would be three turns and then back 2 flats, which is exactly what we did on the other side.
Ready?
Yep.
That one's a happy camper there. Other than that, we'll put her up in the air, put the tires on it. Our fresh new shoes. All right, we got our tires right here. Our 15 by 14 built specialties with the 275 Pro on there. And just a brand new set of shoes. It's also good we're going out to go out, Ben. We get to knock the newness off these. We're gonna be out there new boot goofing. Did you hear that, Ben?
New boots.
How many payments?
3.
3 payments.
3 payments.
So we're gonna go out there on Thursday and shake it down. We're gonna throw some travel in it. We made that bar angle change. What's your thought on this? It was the most. I think it was the perfect storm. That gear change, a little bit more power from this new TKM Black Sheep motor. It was extending super fast. So we took some anti-squat out of it. We should probably test it on that same shock setting it's at right now and see what it does. I mean, that'd be a good place to start. Generally, if you're going to take some anti-squat out of it, you need to loosen the shock up to get that same rate of separation. But we had too much separation. All these variables are leading us to where we are now. You never realize how it's a very delicate dance going on until you change one thing, and it's just a shitstorm. You change one thing, and it's just like, oh God, we gotta start over. So
this makes our whole dance easier.
Yeah.
You don't want it where if you step on the person you're dancing with toes, they cut your throat.
No, we want it.
A little bit of forgiveness here and there. That way you're never ever going to get the tune-up spot on. But if you can get close, the car will go down, and that's all that matters. So.
And more often than not, a lot of these races, small tire races, guys are winning. I'd say it's a 50-50. Half the time you see someone go down, someone knock tires off. Half the time it's a good race. And more often than not, you're beating yourself.
Yeah, having this bar change makes getting that tune-up that much easier.
Yep.
Because it's your margin of error that you can be off by is increased.
Yep. Definitely larger. So the motor, we know it makes power. It runs great. We had Kevin Mullins down there, and he was just refining the tune-up, going over everything. Kevin likes messing with it, and I think he's going to remote in whenever we go to the track next. But we're going to go soft again. We'll probably go, if we can go out there and make 20 to 25 pounds of boost overall. And we got a G meter on there, a HOLLEY G meter. I'm going to get a Davis VPS and put that in there as well, and some shock sensors. And then I think we'll be sensored up and be good to go. So everything looks good down here, and the Black Sheep is going to fly again. People you got to believe. Ben, what would happen if we moved one bar up and one down? This thing would rip the rear end out from underneath it.
Yeah. Probably snap those little...
Imagine someone's like, yeah, go up a bar, and they just accidentally go down one, go up a hole, and go down one, and just tear it off. We should do that for science, but with a different car. Someone should give us their car, and we'll do it for science. Dude, those sanders are literally half as light. Or I could say half as heavy.
Yeah.
They really don't weigh anything. 3 pints.
Hold 3 pints.
Oh, not the billet specialties. Not the billet specialties. I'm not talking shit on billet specialties, but Sanders wheels are a million times cooler.
Yep. I have billet specialties on my car, and I don't like them that much.
They're like,
I just don't think they make a wheel that just is like ridiculously good looking.
they literally are like the gold standard for average.
They are. They don't make any wheel that just looks like outstanding.
Now, Weld Alpha,
Yeah, exactly.
badass. Sanders wheels, badass. Even a V series.
Yeah.
Magnums,
Yep.
it's like I've never seen a car with built specialties, and I was like, damn, that thing looks.
Yeah.
Those wheels are an asset. Ben, I think we're ready for the track on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. We got a whole day.